Welcome to another episode of Racing to Learn. We are a nonprofit that uses radio control to get kids excited about math and science. We are taking a look at our Slashpede, our slash two-wheel drive monster truck with 2.8-inch tires here. Just do another look after we had that little mishap when we were bashing, and it ended up being the motor had this one of these screws, even though putting thread lock on it, had come loose. So you can see that there's a little bit of damage here on the spur gear. Basically, the motor had moved this way, and basically the teeth on the pinion gear were not engaging the teeth on the spur gear. So it was kind of odd. I thought it was worse. Thought it was going to be worse in terms of broken gears in the transmission or whatnot. Usually you know something wrong is when you turn one wheel on the truck and the other wheel does not go in the opposite direction. That's the hallmark of a geared differential, is that they should turn in opposite directions. And after the mishap there, when I turned one wheel, the other wheel didn't turn at all. That'll also happen if the motor, the gears, the pinion gear on the motor is not engaged with the spur gear. So without cracking open the diff case, which requires taking off the wheel, just whenever something wrong, basically, or something sounds wrong, just stop driving, or else you will continue to damage parts like I did here. So the spur gear is a little bit chewed up. I thought I would be okay actually by reusing the spur gear, but then I noticed something odd is when I use a piece of paper to adjust the gear mesh. That's how you do it. You put a piece of paper in between these two gears and you push the pinion gear against the spur gear. It would turn freely and then bind up. So you'll notice here is that it binds at the same exact spot. So it turns freely, and then there's some resistance here right when the 90T here that marks that this is a 90 tooth spur gear, right when that is level. So a little bit odd. So I could continue to run on this, but probably not the best for the motor or the transmission. Just putting an uneven load on things. So I'm going to go ahead and remove this and replace it with another 90 tooth spur gear. Something that we've been debating on whether to do is actually switching over to a 32 gear pitch setup here, like you see on this. We just mocked it up on this extra transmission here. This is a 54 tooth 32 pitch. What that pitch means is it's actually the size of the teeth on the gear. You can see the difference here. These 32 pitch gears are a lot beefier than the 42 pitch, right? As noted by the 48P here. These are standard measurements, metric measurements. The most popular gearing is one mod, or mod 1. Actually 32 pitch is equivalent to 0.8 mod, just denoting the size of the teeth there. So we'll toy around with this. This isn't quite ready to go. I probably don't have the right pinion gears here to match, and also I've heard that the gear cover will not clear the 32 pitch gear. So I'm gonna do some additional just experimentation here on a non-running transmission before we throw it into a running one, just in terms of gear ratios and whatnot. We'll have to go ahead and tweak that. So for the time being, I'm just going to take the spur gear off and throw on a direct replacement 90 tooth spur gear, and we'll go from there. So thanks again for watching. Let us know if you guys find these videos helpful, and we'll catch you next time.